everyone and welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I know I said I would release some what ifs yesterday, but I got hold up um buying some stuff because yesterday was Easter and I had to buy some stuff. I also bought a new mic. I don't know if it sounds different, but let me know in the comments. And that thing that I posted on my last video yesterday, that is real. Me and Frost Okage are going to be doing some interviews for a virtual girlfriend, so let us know down in the comments. I'm going to be doing some what ifs throughout the rest of the week. I got what if ideas from two people in the Discord, but the main what if I want to get into from the Discord is a what if that I got from my boy, the Nugget of Despair. That's a nickname I gave him in the Discord. His name is just Nugget, but I call him the Nugget of Despair. So he gave me an idea, and I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. It's the first what if I'll be dropping tomorrow, so look out for that. But I know what you guys came in for. The power that was chosen for Izuku. Even though there wasn't many comments on the video, I did get comments for the power I wanted him to get, so I'm glad that people chose that power. It is teleportation. Now, let's get into the video. Now, as Izuku would go home after they had done the race for the class, they got to leave school early. Now, Izuku went home and proceeded to fool around with his quirk, because he noticed that even though he had the power to create a lot of stuff, he was lacking in a couple areas, and he wanted to solve that. So he began creating. He began creating tools and equipment, and he accidentally created some chemicals, but he didn't know what he did. He started mixing, because he knows what some of the chemicals are, but he doesn't know what they do. And he is pretty smart in this, so if I didn't say that, I'm sorry, but he is pretty smart. And Izuku proceeded to create a potion. It wasn't like the other potions. It was black, but it was blacker than the others. It was darker than the other potions. Because some of his potion that he makes do turn out black, but this was different. It was dark with glitter shining inside of it. He didn't know why, but he decided to take it. He drank the potion and immediately fell unconscious. You idiot. What did you just do? How am I supposed to know? I don't know what I did. I just made a potion. You made a potion and you didn't know what it does. I swear to God, if we die, I'm going to kill you again. Yeah, right. Just shut up. Anyway, this hurts. You're telling me. You might be getting the physical pain, but the mental pain is all mine. And this hurts a lot more than it hurts you. But that someone was talking. I forgot two things. Um, I didn't say what Izuku. Not two things. One thing. I didn't say what Izuku's hero name is, but let's just backtrack a little bit. Izuku, when they were choosing hero names, he had an idea. If his name is Nightmare, I got it. He proceeded to walk up and said that his hero name was Dream. And most people thought it was cool, most people thought it was weird, but he didn't say why he chose that name. Now, back to what we got to. Now, as they would proceed to talk in the mindscape, all two of them would fall unconscious inside of the mindscape. Just roll with it. As Izuku would wake up the next day, and it is actually a Saturday. Now, as Izuku would wake up, he would notice that his clothes were tighter, because he was only wearing like not pajamas, a t-shirt and his underwear, his boxers. Now, as he got up and looked into the mirror, he noticed that he was at least an inch and a half taller. And if you don't remember, I made Izuku 6 foot in this, so he's at least 6'1.5" now. So yeah. He would notice that he was actually an inch taller, and he would proceed to check himself out. He would notice that he is ripped, but not to a huge degree. He would be like season 4 Midoriya ripped, but just a little bit taller. Now, As he would try to walk out, he would end up phasing through the door before he even touched it, and ending up in the guest room downstairs. He didn't know how he did that, and when he tried to move off again, he ended up teleporting into the kitchen. What the hell? I have to calm down. Probably this is because of that potion. As he would regain his concentration and proceed to walk, his mother would notice that he was angsty that day. He was on his toes about something. She didn't know what he was worried about, but she didn't bother to ask. As Izuku would then proceed to eat his breakfast and head out. He would head out to Dagobah Beach. Even though it is clean, it still has a small amount of garbage on a certain side of it. The main part of the beach is clean, but a certain part of it still has debris. He would proceed to go over there and he would practice. He would find out that he was able to phase through objects by basically not holding his breath, but slowing down his heartbeat. He managed to learn how to do that by slowing down his heartbeat and phasing through fridges and objects that are on the beach. And he noticed that anywhere he could see, he could teleport. And he would also find out that he could also teleport things along with him. This happening when he was standing on top of a fridge and he chose to teleport to the little dock part of the beach, and the fridge got teleported with him. So he found out that anything he is in contact with, he is able to teleport with it. And by accident, something startled him, like a seagull was creeping up behind him, and it made a noise, and it startled him, and he proceeded to control his shadow. His shadow would grab something and swat the seagull, but the seagull would end up dodging. He would proceed to learn how to control this ability. Basically, think of shadow stitching, but he can't control other people with his shadows. He can only use his shadows and makes constructs with it. And that's basically it. Now, Izuku would proceed to train with this over the weekend, and it would come to the first day of school on Monday. He would enter the class with his mask up, not on his face, but on the top of his head, and he would say hi to Mina. Sorry, something's coming. Him saying good morning to Mina and not really paying attention to anyone else. People would proceed to be talking when Aizawa would enter the room, telling them about the training camp. He would give them a paper to bring to their parents, and everyone would proceed to get their parents' permission to go, and they would still meet up to go shopping. But instead of Mina, instead of Ochako being with Izuku, it would be Mina. And Mina would stick with Izuku and they would walk around shopping, buying a couple of things. Izuku would pick up a book on matter because he thinks that his shadows are connected to matter, which they are, and he wants to learn how to control it and to make constructs with his shadows. Tomura would still see him, but he would wait until Izuku was alone without Mina there, and he would proceed to have the same conversation with Izuku, but Izuku wouldn't be scared. He would be extremely calm, and Izuku would listen to Tomura rambling on about staying in All Might, and he, throughout this interaction, wouldn't say a word. As Tomura was attempting to put his final finger, Izuku managed to bring his shadow onto his neck and running it through Tomura's finger, making Tomura scream out in pain and getting people's attention, while Izuku would kick Tomura away, and he would subdue Tomura in a way with his shadows, because even though he doesn't know his full extent, he does think he has a general idea of what he can and can't do. So, getting Tomura off of him, Izuku would kick him, then use his shadows to create a binding that keeps Tomura in place and separates all of his fingers, so his fingers wouldn't be touching in the same place. Now, the police would arrive and arrest Tomura, and Mina would be worried about Izuku because she was just with him, and then this happened. She would apologize and said she was a bad girlfriend, but Izuku would comfort her and tell her that it wasn't her fault. And no matter what she does, she'll always be the greatest girlfriend he ever had. And that makes her blush, and it makes her feel good about herself because she has someone like Izuku who doesn't really talk to people, who acknowledges her for what she does for him. I'm sorry if you can hear that, the rain is falling. And I don't really know how to muffle out the sound so you only can hear my voice, so you'll just have to bear with me. Now, as we move on, everyone is on the bus, and Izuku and Mina are sitting next to each other, and Izuku actually has his mask on his lap, and Mina is sitting right next to him. The two of them are snuggling up to each other, being all lovey dovey, and Momo is absolutely livid. She is screaming inside her head and thinking of ways to kill Mina and to get back with Izuku, while Bakugo is all over there like plotting his evil plan, saying, "Yes, yes, get close to her and then I shall execute Order 57. Sorry if you know that, I had to make that reference. But as they would arrive, they would meet the Wild Wild Pussycats, and as they would try to separate everyone by breaking the ground, Izuku would immediately grab Mina, look to the furthest tree that he could find, and teleport to the tree, surprising everyone and Mina because he hasn't showed off his teleportation or his new shadow abilities. The only one who's aware of his new shadow ability is Mina, but she never knew that he could teleport. Him teleporting with her and actually managing to create a small circle with a shadow that hovers above the canopy, going off with Mina in the general direction that they told them that the camp was in, leaving everyone behind. Now they would actually make it there 30 minutes before the YY Pussycats and the teachers, so they would proceed to, have a little fun, if you get what I'm saying. Now, as they would arrive, they would get there about, let's say, an hour more than canon, because Izuku and Mina wasn't there to help. And yeah, that's where I'll leave it off. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time.